there we are. Okay, now we're going to go with the Let's Race mock-up that I did for, I don't know, just the hell of it, I guess. Because for the last few weeks, or at least a week, I've been watching Let's Race videos for a while, so I decided to mock up one of my own. Obviously I had no one to race with, so I just did 4 times. I did, and just put those together. And instead of doing the whole game, which would be very timeful, or I don't know what I'm talking. I just woke up, so I just did with the 1 life. See how far I could just be with 1 life. The game I'm going to be doing is Super Ghouls N Ghosts from Capcom back in the early 90s. And, well, there's, I didn't know what to call the players, so I just called them player 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is literally is a mock-up of what I would do if I did a Let's Race video, which I do want to do sometime. Of course, that means I have to find other people to play with. But until then, I'm going to do one that has 4, one that has 3, and maybe one that has 5 or 6, just to pretty much see if I could fit the screen ratios together. So I'm actually recording this also on video because somehow my audio, anything audio I have really doesn't sound great, so I'm going to also possibly upload me talking about this and putting something like in the middle or something, you know, experiment things. Now, a little bit about the game, I'll probably go in a little bit more, because I do want to do a run-through, or a walk-through, or a Let's Play video, I guess, on this game, because it's a great game. Right now I'm using professional setting, because when I did a normal run-through before, so I actually, first time I died was in the second quest, actually, for this game. And if you know anything about any kind of Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts game, is that you got to go through it twice. So, and then so I just bumped up the professional setting to, well, the setting to professional, to hopefully cut the time down a little bit, because, well, I'm good, but not that good. And I would say I did fairly good at the beginning with player 1. Player 2 I didn't do as good, and player 3 not as good either. But player 4 I got pretty far also. And of course I had to die really terribly. Now I did want to do this like as I did it, but again, my audio issues really prevented me from actually getting some decent audio from doing this, so I decided just to do the video and the audio, because and see how this turns out. I'm pretty sure the audio on the actual camera would be a little bit better. And I did just wake up, so I do apologize for the yawning, or somewhat yawning. And here we go, we got player 1 and 3 at the boss already, which is Cockatrice. And, well, he's fairly easy. Main tactics is just keep on him, watch out for his long neck, and don't double jump if you can. here we go on level 2. Sun and Ship. Major thing to look out for is ghosts. In a professional mode, they appear up a lot more than any other mode. In normal, like a few times they're fine, but professional, they're everywhere. And I could have done a lot longer playthroughs, but this is again just a test. That's why I let player 3 die at the second stage. If I died in the first stage, I didn't really actually keep the recording. I just mainly did, okay, well, if I can't pass the first stage, then I don't think it's worth actually going, even in a professional setting. And I know that even like some out there can't even get past the first stage on normal, so. But nevertheless, it is a hard game, but it's mainly it's hard because of the controls. They're very limited. And again, I'm going in a more walkthrough type thing, which I don't really want to get into too much. And, well, we're going into the rap section, which is pretty good. It's slow. That's the thing. Ooh. Yeah, it is. So if you're on a speed run, this part is just ridiculously. And I'll explain about magicians and everything, but the key #1 thing is getting weapons. And if you've played any of the other ones, the major goal is to, well, get the knife. That's the #1 almost rule of Ghosts and Goblins, is to get the knife. In this one and in the first one. Even though I did test the first one on just the javelin, and the javelin works just fine also, so. And we'll see about if I do. I'll probably do a run for it. Ghouls and no, is it Ghosts and Goblins? Yeah, for the NES. Which I really am terrible at, but still. Player 2's down. And how I said, this is a 1 life run, and you know player 1 and 2 have currently 4 lives. And they started with, I think, 3. Like I said, this is tries I did, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So by the 3rd one, I just jump the lives down to 0, or to 1, I guess. And I am somewhat revealing all the chests. Oh my god, when I talk more, I just... I do want to do more of these videos. Oh no, I've been checking out a lot of Let's Race videos and LP videos. And I'm like, okay, let's you know, there's probably tons of them out there, but, you know, why not? Because, you know, I enjoy gaming. So I'm gonna probably do a few and see. Probably more retro, because I'm more of a retro. Yeah, I like retro games more. I do like, you know, the up-to-date console games. But at this time, I really have no means to actually capture them, so I still have to use emulation. So I do have, of course, any game I'm going to include in videos I do own, so I do own Super Ghouls N Ghosts for the Super. Back in its 1991 glory. And here we go with the end boss of number 2, and we're going on to stage 3, which could be murderous once in a while. Now, if the game is not already hard, it's going to get substantially hard, mainly because of little guys. Little guys are very, very common in this stage. Oh, player 1 is down. Like I said, player 4 is the one that goes the farthest. He actually beats the stage, which is actually kind of a little difficult because of the next part, and anyone who played this already knows that the spiraling towers with the bats can be taxing, let's just say. Especially in professional. Professional that means more bats coming from more random directions. Which brings me to another thing, is that I did actually play this on the PS2 in the Capcom Collection 1 or 2, actually, I can't remember what it is. Volume 1. It's right behind me on the shelf there, actually. And I actually played through this on normal. And I had the hardest time on the next part, I guess 3-2 on the spiraling tower, because the bats are just in the way all the time. And here's the red devil. You take him if you have gold armor. Magic all the way, because you don't want to deal with them. Or if you have the bow, you can take him out with the bow, but still, if you don't have the bow, actually, even if you do have the bow, I recommend staying away from him and just shooting him, because the heap-seeking bullets will most likely cause them to bump into you nevertheless. Yeah, I have to say, seeing how there's like 2 or maybe even 3 on screen at once, it seemed like that even more, like it seemed like 4 was on it at the time in the Capcom Collection 1. And this was normal, or even easy. I did it on easy because I just wanted to see how well it was to the Super Nintendo. And it just seemed at least, 10 times harder than it must be a different port, like the Japanese version, which I did play a little bit of, and I found it to be, yes, incredibly difficult. Now here, these guys are just plain annoying. Here's maneuverability. It's like, oh, guys are coming, still down, and I didn't want to get the torch. Now this part, oh my goodness, I really hate this part. And just keep on going, and of course this is professional, so there's got to be more than one. Here I decide to get the bow, mainly for the boss, and hopefully I get the dagger again sometime. And best way to get somewhat near the end is just to use magic and let them run off, because there's only got to be a set number of ones on the screen at the time. And here we're coming up to stage 3 boss, which is a worm, I believe. He's quite easy with the bow. He's a little bit more easier with the actual bow without the gold armor. So now you can shoot a little bit more shots at him. He's also good with the dagger also, because you can hit him a few times as he's spinning around. And with his rocks, you can try to avoid them, but the best way to do it is just use magic. Makes you invulnerable, and it's not like they stick around. And here we go, and I'm going to wrap this up soon because like I said, I die very easily in the beginning of stage 4, so this is my Let's Race with 1 life mock-up. And, well, I hope you enjoyed it, because it was actually pretty fun to make, actually. Not just playing the game, but also to edit and everything, and here I died the most terrible way. And that's that. Yeah, hopefully more to come.